networks are there, then AirNet and Skynet, and those are like 11 sites and 2 sites, and IMD has a 14 sites. Those are there's optical depth, significant albedo, and site distribution functions. And IMD, other networks like pyranometer, pyroheliometer, which is radiation flux measurement, ozone precipitation chemistry, and ABC, Asia has a climate observatory. Those are station names, and there we have comprehensive measurements with sky radiation, which is a broadband flux measurements, and LiDAR, reactive gases, and aerosol microphysics. And Institute of Tibetan Plateaus. By the way, this is key for the ABC and BC measurement. A lot of many networks are there, but we just concentrate on those 2 targets. And this ITP has networks 3 CML and 5 in Nepal and 5 in China, and they have a total suspended particles mass and PM10 chemical measurement, and also chemical samplings, and also the sky is the same as there. Then ISRO, which is Indian Space Research, has their ATCTM network, which is chemical transportation modeling and monitoring system, and Dr. Kulal is in charge, and they have about 15 sites for reactive gas measurements and those species, and in the future plan they have greenhouse gases, long-lived greenhouse gases measurement. And ISRO has another network which is ARFI for the BC measurement, radiation, multi-spectral wavelengths radiometer, which is sound photometer, which is about 20 sites. And the Mother Declaration networks has the ozone and the PM10 sulfate and nitrate precipitation chemistry. It's very similar to the EANet in the East Asian regions. And also APN and the CAI, which is Clean Atmosphere Initiative, has their own measurement of BC monitoring, with some help from the Professor Yutaka Kondo of University of Tokyo. And GAL, which is WMO standard site for chemistry and radiation. And I think for the ICIMODA initiative, we need glacial monitoring data, and also FluxNet, which is like a CO2 flux measurement sites, and those are also a network system. So if you look at those many sites, I think the present infrastructure is very strong in the South Asian regions, and also Eastern Asian region are also very strong. So we have 2 large sectors having such a very comprehensive network. So the next thing is how to connect those ones, which is very useful for the ICIMOD network program. And then we discussed about what the issues related for such monitoring activities. And very important things. Okay, we can have many sites, but really calibration and intercomparison programs are not well established. So we need to establish that one with a good QC system, quality control system. And doing this one, for doing this one, we need to define the standard instrument for each super site. So each nation or each sector should have super site, which is a comprehensive instrumentation as well as a good management, and which can perform such a calibration programs. And next issue is that the data availability. That one was taught by many other groups, impact or mitigation groups and university collaboration groups, all mention about this accessibility and availability, which is not so strong in these areas. India doesn't want to issue data. Maybe Chinese do not I'm not sure, but your scientist is very friendly, so I think the system is something wrong, so we need to make a recommendation, okay? So that comes to the data sharing policy issue. So we need to recommend to those authorities about this good data sharing system. In Indian case, I heard that the 3 years old data can be available for us. So that's issues. And also that university collaboration group said that training and capacity building is very important. You know, the faculties and young researchers do not know how to use those advanced instrumentation. So I think, as I said, the super site has to be defined in each sectors, and each sector should take care of such training and capacity buildings. That I can say, I think this mitigation group said that the good hub, network hub should be there for supporting the program with the super sites. And another big issue is that we should establish that monitoring system in a long term. So we need that the long-term plan, but you know, budget is not enough. For example, Japan is declining, and we don't have any more money. So maybe next superstar is Korea and China in East Asia, and here's Nepal is a rising star. So you know, such a nation-to-nation collaboration is very important for. In this case, sustainable instrumentation is very good. Okay, we can have very dedicated level of instrumentation, but if that is too expensive, too fragile, that is not useful. So that for monitoring view, I think the good instrumentation fitted to such a network system. And then maybe we can define what is a good vulnerable regions which should be studied more. So we need to analyze which one is important to be measured, so that we can say that different regions' representativeness for monitoring. And optimization of geographical distribution is very important. You know, that's many sites, AirNet sites in Europe, maybe 100 in New York. No, that's too much. But anyhow, too many in some locations. So I think we should distribute those. And maybe UNEP ABC project can review and recommend such optimizations. And linked to monitoring group is also very important, because monitoring data are very fitted to such a model use. So I think the link to the monitoring group is really important. Then question is, what kind of data we have to get from the networks? Then we went to the monitoring group and we got some idea of the LiDAR data, visibility data, particle mass, TSP, PM, whatever, and site distribution function. And ABC Asia now carrying the ABC Asia Intensive Analysis Period. Greg Carmichael is leading this initiative, and we are collecting the model result and also the data from observatories and other networks. So you're welcome to contribute to this IAP project, and maybe we can come back with those data for in a year. Then we need to say to this model to do with their own initiative and networks and infrastructures. Then already, as we said, established a super site. One super site by Ishimoto is very important for intercomparison and also training. That's a kind of hub for you in Nepal and those regions. And the QC system is very important. This is also said by the other groups. And promote online and data process data accessibility. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. We have time for some questions. Johan?
Someone mentioned to me collecting black carbon in snow. Is that a relevant part automotive?
Yes, as I mentioned, because we are saying that BC is very has strong impact for glacial shrinking and seasonal snow melt. But we are saying that BC in the air, but we never say BC in the snow and glaciers. And especially in these regions, you see why we focus on Himalaya. Because glacier located in the Himalaya, not in the East Asia or Southeast Asia. So that's key point is, of course, everybody knows two functions, black carbon in the air, warming up the temperature, and winds that set to the glaciers, and speed up the glacial change, glacial shrink. So, because I'm just doing lots of glacial works, and in the Tibetan side, in the China side, we collect lots of slope samples. We did lots of radiation forcing from black carbon because we know the black carbon concentrations in the Tibetan plateau, but we don't have any ideas in this Nepali and Indian Himalaya.
So your site, your ITP site has this chemistry.
No, that's all based on the lab, not on the small.
So we need that.
We need like regularly. We go to the glaciers like every month we collect, or every seasonality. We have to know the seasonality of the BC concentrations in the glaciers, and how the melt and percolation affect the BC concentrations change, and was it the real radiation forcings.
So BC in precipitation, the snowfall, that is collected now by the several sites, right? But the snow surface BC is not.
That's true. And especially the elevation changes for the BC along the glaciers, because some large glaciers, they expand like 2,000 meters by the elevation difference. So
yeah, you talk about Indians and Tibetan neighbors, but not about Nepal. In Nepal also we do have some small network. We have about 3 stations spreading all of Nepal. Say, one is Pokhara, other Viratnagar, Dukla, in Kathmandu itself. There we measure solar radiations as well as black carbon.
I see.
So these data are available.
So could you tell the later about the site names and maybe the umbrella of this program?
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
actually, ITP site in Nepal is we are collaborating together with articles like Johnson, like the Pramati. So actually, it's together conducted.
All right. So council knows what the site they have.
Yes.
Okay.